This tarot card reading is about navigating big changes that you are being guided to make. Welcome to Stefanie's Tarot Talk for Witches Over 40. I'm Stefanie, and here we do a little tarot, a little talk, and no big cauldron. My intention for every reading that we do together is to get a takeaway that supports the highest and greatest good of everyone involved in your current situation. So when I say something that resonates with you, please let me know by giving this video a thumbs up. So I am a copywriter and editor by trade, which means that I write marketing and advertising materials, and I improve existing marketing and advertising materials. So as you can imagine, it was a pretty big change when I decided to start a tarot business. So I'm going to talk a little bit more about that as we go through the ancient wisdom from the cards that are going to guide you through big change. Here is the first card in your message. The Page of Swords, all about making decisions. Really sharp, intentional decisions. So something that's important to me when I got really clear about what I wanted to spend my days doing is that we as humans stay human in a robotic world, or in a world that is going towards behavior that is robotic. Because for me, the disturbing part is not so much the actual tech that we're seeing emerge, it's the way that humans are surrendering their critical thinking and autonomy and just their own ability to proceed with empathy to devices and technology that is pretty soulless. So keeping all of that in mind, I wanted to choose a more human profession that is about connection and keeping us human in a world that we're seeing is going in a direction that is on autopilot in a lot of ways. Because when I do a tarot card reading, it's all about the elements that make you human. That's what the ancient wisdom in the tarot cards is all about. It's about dealing with circumstances that have been going on for a really long time the best that we can. So here's the second card in your message about navigating big change that you are guided to make. Strength. Ooh, what do we need when we make a big change? We need some strength. And we need strength when we don't know where things are heading. Because if you were to stay in a state of confusion and being torn between two different worlds for a long time, to say, hypothetically, if this in-between phase of who you were and where you're going, if that lasted 10 years, 20 years, what would you need to get through it? You would need some strength. So I really like the perspective here that this big changes, when we just know we have to do something that is so different from what we've done before, that's not new. We're not the first people going through this time on planet Earth where we have to do things like that. And so I think strength is really calling to all of our ancestors that have done big, amazing, huge things, that have sailed across the world and not known what was going to be there on the other end. I'm talking about like huge things. So get out of your head a little bit and think about what humans over time have done that have transformed their lives for the better once they took that leap. And here is the last card in your message. Ten of Swords. See, this is not easy. I'm not saying that all of this feels great just because you know that you have to do it. Change is pretty scary. And even if you have a reason, like I was talking about how I want to do a human profession, everything about connecting with humans and nuance and layers of meaning and things that have brought about really wonderful changes in human history, and keeping a focus on that. Just because I know I want to do that, and maybe you want to do something like that too, it doesn't mean it's easy. So the Ten of Swords is a line that has been drawn. It's the 10, right? Did I say 10? Yeah, it is the 10. It's a final point. It's a line has been drawn, and you could interpret that so many different ways. I hope that to be in line with the rest of the reading is that it's a hopeful line has been drawn, because it means that you have figured out your priorities. If you are being guided to a type of, I don't know, a location, a profession, a relationship, if you're being guided to a situation, let's say, that you haven't been in before, you still have to get rid of the old. So I think the Ten of Swords here is just telling you that you should be aware of what you're letting go of, and also make practical considerations, because it looks really final. Just because a line is drawn doesn't mean that like every loose end is wrapped up. So as you go forward, there are going to be loose ends that you haven't thought of, and when they come up, don't be so surprised or shocked, or just know that you have to deal with them, just like the way that you're dealing with every little baby step of this transformation. So if this tarot card reading resonated with you, don't forget to check out other videos on the channel that you might be drawn to, and I will see you soon.